So what is honey? We get asked that a lot. Effectively, honey is nectar that the bees have gathered from the flowers. In this case, this is heather honey. The bees have been working hard on the heather plants, flowers here that you can see, they're purple. They bring that nectar into the hive, and the only difference between nectar and honey really is that nectar has a much higher water content when it comes in. It's quite runny. And so once the bees have brought that into the hive, they drive the water content off, make it lower, and then usually when we get to below 20%, we're in honey territory. So that's why we measure when we're jarring honey what the water content is. But the bees know a better way. When they sense that the water level is correct, they actually start to cap with these white wax cappings. And so we know just by looking at the frames that as soon as the bees start to cap the frames off, that's when the honey is ready. So we're sat here amongst the beautiful purple flowering heather, which arguably is the best, most premium honey that we can produce in the UK. This real hard honey that the bees work so hard for in the months of August and September is just absolutely wonderful. If you were sat here now with me, you could smell the wonderful aroma not only of the flowers, but that same aroma from the flowers comes through wonderfully in the honey. And when you get a jar or comb of the heather honey, you'll be able to experience that golden jelly-like texture, and it is just absolute wonder in a jar. So all of our honey that we produce, be it in the comb or the jar, can be classed as raw. We do not pasteurize the honey, and we keep it always at all times below hive temperature. So this is as raw and pure honey as you can get. Our number one priority as beekeepers is the welfare of our bees. We put a lot of effort into how we breed our bees to be adaptable to a changing modern climate, environment and diseases. We are seriously looking after our bees, and as an old beekeeper once told me, if you look after your bees, the bees will look after you. It's an absolute privilege as a bee farmer to be able to work with these guys on a day-to-day basis and see sights that in reality not many people in their whole life experience, and yet we are constantly exposed up close and personal with bees. And it is an absolute honour and a privilege that you guys as customers keep us going, buying our produce from our bees, which in turn keeps our family going and keeps lots of local people in employment and supporting a number of local families.